Hello, welcome back to CruiseAway, our daily dose of holiday inspiration for exciting cruise and stay adventures around the world. It's Derek and Joe with you again, and in this show, we're heading to the Far East.
We are. Some of the most popular parts of the world to discover amazing cultures, experience incredible landmarks and cities, and feel like you've really seen something new. Now, later, we're heading to Japan in their spring next year with a stay in the capital, Tokyo, and a cruise around the incredible shores of Japan with Princess Cruises. And for October next year, a tempting Dream Away package taking in a city stay in Tokyo and a luxury celebrity cruises itinerary around Japan.
Yeah, everybody's wanting to explore Japan right now. It's a fascinating country, and our first offer gives us a real treat over the Christmas season, sailing around the incredible country that is Japan. Now, it starts on the 17th of December for 13 nights, and we will fly first from Sydney to Hong Kong, and Christmas is well and truly alive in Hong Kong with festive displays all over the city. Now, we are here for 3 nights in a hotel.
Yeah, they
Lovely.
go big time for this time of the year over in Hong Kong.
They do, because obviously it is awash with different cultures, Hong Kong. So a lot of people that do celebrate Christmas, even, you know, the ones that don't do still like to get festive and in the spirit. So Hong Kong's an incredible city with so much to offer. But it is time to cruise for our Christmas cruise on the Spectrum of the Seas. You're going to be on board for 9 nights. So that includes Christmas Day and Boxing Day on board the ship, which is brilliant. And the Spectrum is predominantly, ported out of the East. So you've got that whole vibe tailored to the Eastern market. So you'll get to enjoy, of course, the best of what Royal Caribbean has to offer with the undercurrent of the part of the world you're in, which is brilliant. And this is quantum class. So you've got all the bells and whistles and all the fun you'd expect from quantum class with regards to entertainment, including they have the brilliant Northern Star, which goes above the height of the Sydney Harbour Bridge and travels around the ship. It's a fun ride to do. When it comes to dining, Sichuan Red, you've got Wonderland's Diadong restaurant, you've got all of the luxury dining experiences you'd expect from a vessel of this level.
Yeah, it's really tailored for this part of the world. Wonderland is incredible. I mean, you should see the menu, and the menu wouldn't even describe. This is how you reveal the menu. You paint over it, you wash over it with a brush, and it reveals, which is very, very clever indeed.
I love that.
Lots of Eastern flavours on board the ship as well, because this ship, has generally been based in this part of the world since she launched, and has been a real wow and a hit as well with the people that have been on board. Of course, Royal Caribbean are known for their family offering as well, so something for everyone. It's really fantastic as well because the children's clubs, entertainment, etc. You hardly know that there are children on board
That's
because
so true.
they're off doing their thing.
Yes.
And that leaves you time to go to the solarium or the spa or a quiet bar or lounge and just kind of do your thing as well.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And there's lots of activities that you can all do together as well.
There is, and there's like the iFly, for example, the surf rider, the rock climbing wall. That's the North Star I was talking about. So yeah, Adventure Ocean is the kids club, and it's really got a lot to offer. But for the adults, of course, there's tons of activities for you as well. Dodgem cars for all ages. We love that. And lots of live music, lots of theatre. We're cruising out of Hong Kong. 2 days at sea sees us into Kagoshima in fabulous Japan, our first port of call in Japan. And it has some great excursions you definitely need to go out on, including the Shiran Samurai houses with Lake Ikeda. Then the next port we're heading into on Christmas Eve is Mizuyaki. And that is, on Christmas Eve, you might want to do a last bit of Christmas shopping perhaps, or head to the Shinto shrine, and the shrines in Japan are immaculately kept. Then it's Christmas Day in Nagasaki. Now you can either just stay on board and enjoy the ship, or of course on Christmas Day you will probably find, being it that the ship's in port, there would be things open to enjoy, including the Omura Park, the Peace Memorial Park as well. Fukuoka, that's going to be on Boxing Day, and you have got the Kokura Castle there. Yangara River Cruise is a really nice thing to do when you're in port as well. And the wooden Buddha statue, which is 10 metres tall. Now, a couple of days at sea will see us back into Hong Kong, where we have included your shared transfer from the ship to the airport for your flight home to Sydney, Australia. You're going to arrive back home on New Year's Eve in time for maybe the Harbour Bridge celebrations and the fireworks.
That's perfect timing, isn't it? Absolutely perfect timing, and nice actually to get away and do something completely culturally and actually different over Christmas. Do you know what I mean? There's something really special about that. Christmas is magical anyway, isn't it? But what a wonderful way to enjoy it. Remember, this is 13 nights all told, and the price I'm about to give you is the flight from Sydney over to Hong Kong. You've got your 3 festive nights in Hong Kong where it's all lit up. There's loads going on for Christmas, and you'll enjoy that, of course, for 3 nights in a hotel. Then you've got your 9 nights of cruising on Royal Caribbean Spectrum of the Seas around Japan over Christmas. You are going to love it, let me tell you. The flights included, of course, back from Hong Kong to Sydney. And as Joe mentioned, you're back in time for the New Year celebrations. Marvellous. Right, deposits today, $2,000 each, and your price tag for the whole trip, which is amazing. And that is this Christmas as well. We don't need to be waiting and waiting and waiting. That will come along sooner than we think. Less than $5,000 right now. You can put a deposit down today, but not before you've had a look at the upgrades on board, because it's well worth treating yourself to ocean view or balcony. In fact, on Spectrum of the Seas, they have some of what's called the virtual balcony, where you have an inside stateroom, but one of the walls is a video wall, and it shows you a live camera view of the side of the ship, so what's going on, as if you had your own balcony. So talk to the team about maybe investigating that possibility as well, because that's something just a little bit different that Royal Caribbean have to offer. Of course, they are the ships that are just full of excitement and activity on board for the whole family. Call us now. Any questions? 1300 408 765. And if you want to spread the cost of your trip as well, because we're all conscious of the dollars right now, aren't we? Then use Travel Pay Later as well, because it's very easy to sign up. It's interest free, and you can pay for your trip in either 6 or 12 monthly instalments as well. And it's very, very easy to apply. You can do that with our team when you talk to us on 1300 408 765. Amazing, really, really lovely package. Again, I would love to get on board Spectrum, Joe, wouldn't you? I mean,
yeah.
She looks spectacular.
Yeah, really, really spectacular. And just for the sheer fact, it's not just a cruise ship, it is an entertainment epicenter as well, with world-class dining.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when it comes to entertainment, my word, Royal Caribbean really, really do spend the dollars on it.
They do. They give
really
you so much that is interactive and exciting. Now, next we are taking in Japan in the autumn, a time of year where the seasons are changing, the harvests bring the most delicious flavours, and the leaves are turning the most amazing crimson tones. Now, our 17-night trip starts on the 1st of October next year, flying straight from Sydney to Tokyo, and we have 3 nights in the bustling metropolis that is the capital of Japan. Now, contemporary Tokyo may be the most astonishing city on Earth. There's nowhere quite like it, and if you've been there, I'm sure you can attest to that. But maybe you've always wanted to go. From the Shibuya crossing, where 3,000 people at any time can cross the street in every direction, through to its paradoxical mix of ancient tradition and postmodern culture, this city will amaze and delight for sure. And of course, let's not forget, if you love your Japanese food, world-class sushi, tempura, katsu, oh yes, my kind of food for sure. Now you can head on to the bullet train as well. That's an iconic thing to do in Japan, and just stroll from district to district and just be in awe of the different variety on offer. Then it's time to board the Celebrity Millennium for 12 nights. A great class of ship to be on. She's Millennium class Celebrity, so mid-size, not too big at all. And you know, Celebrity is very much modern luxury cruising. It's very relaxed. The spaces are beautifully designed with that boutique hotel feel. everywhere you go. Lovely lighting designs as well, which I enjoy on a ship because I don't like it to be too bright and garish. Solarium, this is your adults only space where you can enjoy sort of with covered over, by the way, because obviously depending on climate they do have that retractable roof, but it does always feel tropical in the solarium, which is lovely with the indoor heated pool. And they have the outdoor pools as well. Of course, they're all heated, the jacuzzi hot tubs. The staterooms on Celebrity are amazing, and smart staterooms too. So you have that interaction with the app, which enables you to, plan your time in, when you're on board the ship and in port as well. Absolutely beautiful staterooms. You'll have the most comfortable night's sleep imaginable. Now there is aqua class. When you book aqua class, you actually get entry to the thermal suites in the spa included in your cruise fare. So that's another option for you if you like to sit back and relax. For example, in the Persian Garden, which has the thalassotherapy beds, and you've got the sauna, the salt cave. It's fabulous. I love to do this after enjoying the days in port. Blue Restaurant, that's kind of your healthy, fresh cuisine. It just makes me hungry every time I see this because the food's so good.
These ships are just so beautiful. They are as beautiful as they look as well, by the way. They are... Oh, I tell you what, it's just lovely. It is just like the kind of boutique kind of hotel that you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to stay in, and you stay one night because it's hundreds of dollars. And, when you're in a lovely hotel with a lovely room, it's great. It's a lovely experience. It feels special. But when you go to a hotel, it's just the room. This is the equivalent of that at sea. So it can offer you so much more than a hotel ever could. I mean, that spa is so well equipped. There are pools and the solarium and so many places to just sit, relax, watch the world go by. So much dining is included. Now, even if you main dine all of the way through your Celebrity cruise, you've been speciality dining anyway.
Yes.
It's the very, very best of everything.
Yeah.
It feels like an occasion. And when we talk about boutique hotels as well, I can't stress enough, we're not talking about boutique that was brand new 20 years ago but has faded a little bit since.
Right.
It's fallen a little bit behind the times. I'm talking about boutique that is bang up to date, that is modern, that is intuitive, that isn't stuffy, not at all stuffy, very, very comfortable, very casual, very convivial, but so beautiful as well. And
can I also mention, if you've never cruised before, the food, okay, they make their own gelato, their own bread, their own pizzas, their own... everything's freshly baked and freshly made. And that is something you might not come to expect from a cruise. But let me tell you, it is superb in every way. And the stage shows, my goodness, I'll just leave them up to you to discover. Now, we're cruising out of Tokyo and heading into Shimizu, which is the port for incredible Mount Fuji, a mesmerizing landscape, and incredible cultural history, the most sacred volcano in Japan. You can take a tour at the views of Mount Fuji with a tea ceremony and art museum. Then we have an overnight in the port of Osaka, the port for Osaka, which is the cultural capital of Japan. From tea to Zen and art to science and philosophy, it's Japan's real contact with the rest of the world. And a tour here to do is the best of Kyoto with the Golden Pavilion, Nichio Castle and the Heian Shrine as well. Then it's Kochi, and this is an amazing city taking its name from the great feudal castle that sits in the heart of the city, which of course you can visit. There's also the Murotimosaki Cape Observatory while you're there, which is fabulous. Hiroshima awaits us next for its Peace Memorial Park. And if you do want to do the tea ceremony, the tour that will take you there, allows you to go and make the tea and learn all about the whole ceremony that Japan is world famous for. Busan, South Korea is up next on the list. And this is the second largest city in South Korea, awash with incredible modern history, things to see in history as well. And I would recommend seeing the Bokuchiya Museum while you're there. Hakodate is next in Japan, brilliant morning market. And you can actually do a tour where you go out actually with the executive chef and they take you out to the markets to shop for food. That's a really cool one to do. The Sumo Museum is also interesting. Then it's Amori. Now, Amori is actually known for its beautiful cherry blossoms, but also for its Nobuta Festival, which is a yearly event event where they have these amazing giant paper representations of everything that Japan is famous for. So you can learn about it. Then we're back into Tokyo, where we have included your transfer from the port of Tokyo to the airport to fly you back to Sydney.
Origami. I wish I was any good at origami. Have you ever tried it? This is where we get a good lesson, I suppose, in Japan, isn't it? I wonder whether there'll be something on board the ship, actually, in the direction of origami. Hopefully. What a magical time of the year to see Japan as well, because everyone kind of generally flocks there, kind of March, April at cherry blossom time. But then there's the other end of the season when you're turning into autumn as well. You've still got that same wonderful drama as the seasons change. It's going to be amazing for you. So included in the price I'm about to give you, your flight from Sydney over to Tokyo, 3 nights in a hotel there. You've got to see Tokyo. You've got to spend some time there. There is so much to do. Your eyes will be wide open. Then you've got 12 nights of celebrity 5-star luxury cruising around Japan to see those wonderful autumn contrasts, see the leaves turning as well, the wonderful reds and crimsons as well. It's going to be incredible. The cruise ends in Tokyo, and we've included the transfer, as Joe says, from the port to the airport for your flight back to Sydney. Deposits today, if you like the sound of this, $500 each today. Your price tag for the whole trip. Honestly, people spend thousands more to do a lot less in Japan, let me tell you. It's less than $4,000 each right now, or a deposit today of just $500 each. And if you want to spread the cost of your trip, of course, you've got Travel Pay Later by your side. And why not extend your 3 nights in Tokyo to a little bit longer? I mean, 3 nights is perfect if you've never been before, but I tell you what, if you wanted a little bit longer, or maybe you want some nights in Tokyo before your cruise and after your cruise, because you know what, you'll meet someone on that cruise that says, oh, did you see? And you'll need to go back. So think of maybe having a stay at either end. Let's have a look at your upgrades in terms of the cruise itself, which looks fascinating. Such a range of different ports here as well, which I think is incredible. Again, the great thing is lots of information will come your way about the places that you're going to. In fact, if you pop that cruise ID number on the top left of the screen into our website, cruiseaway.com.au, you will get much more information of all the places you're going to. But don't worry, you don't have to do your homework in advance. Lots of information on the ship, on your interactive TV, in live presentations, and the shore excursions that they'll offer as well. It's absolutely phenomenal. The service all round is just spectacular, and you will love it. And I can't think, actually, if you're unfamiliar with a place like Japan, I can't think of a better cruise line to take you there. They are amazing. Now, we talk about cruise a lot here at CruiseAway. That's what we're here to do. And maybe cruise is new to you. A lot of people are just getting with cruise right now because they're seeing that actually this holiday allows you to see so much more than you would do by just flying to one place and staying there and then coming back. It's amazing. If you've never cruised before, here's just 1 or 2 things to just keep in mind.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your ensuite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily service provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind, and watch the world go by in a solarium or around one of the pools, or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising with a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of, with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's also snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment, from Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So, if you want more holiday for less dollar, make sure you choose to cruise.
So there you go. There's just a few of the literally 1001 reasons to take a cruise holiday. It's brilliant. You kind of wonder, please don't leave it until you've we've been married 40 years or we're retiring. Don't leave it that long. Do it now. Do it now. Do it as soon as you can, because for those people who did leave it until later, they are going around telling everyone, no, do it now. Do it now. Wish we'd discovered it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah. The earlier you start cruising, the more destinations you can pack in and enjoy on a yearly basis. And of course, we have another magical trip for you lined up. And we're heading off to see Japan in the springtime, of course, the most vibrant time of year to visit. And after the cherry blossoms have faded, the wisteria, the phlox, and many other botanicals put on their show around this time of year. Now, we have a 14-night trip for next May, starting by flying you to Tokyo for a 3-night stay. And this is the time of year for the sumo tournaments, which you might want to see while you enjoy this city. I don't know why that always just makes me crack up. They're quite serious about sumo in Japan, aren't they?
We find it quite funny, don't we?
Yeah.
It's like
dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we buy costumes to look like that. They do it for real, and it's a real serious sport there, isn't it? It is
a serious sport, and you can learn all about it absolutely when you're in Tokyo. The hub of excitement, the hub, of course, of technological development in the world as well. And you will see that iconic sort of viewpoint of the Shibuya crossing there with all the screens. It's very cool. There's great shopping to be had, and there's also the things like the tea ceremony, the sake tasting, which Japan's known for, which you can do whilst you're in Tokyo for sure. Then it's time for us to cruise, and we're heading on board the Princess, of course, Diamond Princess, and you're going to be on board for 10 nights on this iconic vessel, beloved by so many, the Diamond Princess. You've got the lovely atrium at the heart of the ship, which brings bars, shopping and entertainment together in true princess style. Now, they always aim to kind of entertainment hub at the heart of the ship that's going to make for an incredible, entry point onto the vessel. So it's easy to find your way around from that entry point, of course. Then it's, of course, everything you'd expect from some of the best dining at sea, whether that's steaks or Italian, whether that is the Eastern influence or your traditional hearty fare. You're going to have it. You're going to have it on offer. You're going to have it on tap because it's 24 hours a day. Food is available. Yes, whether that be room service or grabbing a slice of pizza or a burger after perhaps you've been out enjoying the bars on board, or indeed you just wake up late and you don't want to head to breakfast, so you just grab yourself a late brunch. I love that they have the flexibility to suit you. It isn't cruises are not like maybe you have that opinion of from times gone by, which are you must go to dinner at this time, you must go to the show at this time. It's not rigid or regimented, it's flexible.
There's a 7 o'clock announcement every single morning. Come on, everybody up, out of bed and at breakfast by 7:30.
Right.
There's nothing like that goes on. Yeah, I mean, that's the last thing you need. At the end of the day, you're on a holiday. You want to kind of do things your way. So if some days that means if you get to kind of evening time, you've had a busy day in port and you think, you know what, I can't even be bothered to dress for the restaurant.
Right.
I'm just going to get some room service to the room.
Yep.
You can do it. No problem whatsoever.
I really like that. And I like the thermal suite, actually, to go and relax in after a long day sightseeing and then just room service and a movie. And you can really do that. It's your holiday. You can plan your holiday in any way that you fancy. Whether it is like packing in all the activities they offer on board, like quiz and bingo and Sudoku and dance classes. And a lot of people do love to do that. So they leave the ship having learnt something new. Maybe you're going to learn how to digitally archive all your pictures on your iPad because it's not something you've spent the time doing you know, whilst you're at home, and you've got the time to do that.
Finally, that job gets done.
I know, right?
Right, it's on a cruise as well,
yes.
out of Tokyo.
Yeah, out of Tokyo. And we are heading into Amori, first of all, of course, with the potential of seeing those incredible cherry blossoms. And this is kind of the main port on the itinerary where they do a lot of the cherry blossom festivals as well, which is lovely. And they have that incredible castle to visit. Then it's Kanazawa, where you can see, again, another beautiful area of natural beauty, the castle park and the samurai district. So learn all about the history of samurai down there. But of course, all the while enjoying the apple and cherry blossoms everywhere. Sakamoto is up next, where you can see the Matsu Castle. Now, remember, you can book excursions on board the ship with your Princess team that will be curated and specifically for each port to allow you to maximize your time and money. So make sure you have a chat with them on board. Busan, South Korea is up next, and it's lovely to cross over into Korea to get a different flavour and feel from a Korean port of call. Head to the fish market. They're world famous for this, by the way, and you can maybe go with the executive chef because they do special excursions. Nagasaki is next on the list. You might want to head to the Peace Memorial Park or the Confucius Temple whilst you're there, or just stroll around the districts and enjoy beautiful springtime in Japan. We are then cruising back into Tokyo, where you'll disembark and we'll send you back to the airport for your flight back to Sydney after this brilliant itinerary, taking in Japan at one of the most iconic times of year where you may see those amazing cherry blossoms. And they have a cherry blossom forecast you can follow as well, which is very cool.
And quite aside the cherry blossoms, which may well have faded by this time of the year, everything else is coming out into bloom as well. So you've got the most vibrant colours. You notice on a lot of the itinerary places there were wonderful gardens to go and visit as well. So springtime in Japan is just magical with lots to enjoy. So deposits again on this offer as well. This time just $300 each for this trip if you want to lock in the price that we've got for you, which includes the flight from Sydney over to Tokyo, 3 nights in a hotel there, 10 nights on the Diamond Princess exploring Japan and enjoying the changing colours and drama of the landscapes. The cruise ends back in Tokyo. The flight, of course, back to Sydney included. Can't wait to see this price tag, especially when we can secure this with a deposit today of just $300 each. $3,599 per person. There's only one way that can get better, and that is by making it all inclusive. And we'll talk about Princess Plus in just a second as well, where you can add drinks, Wi-Fi and so much more for such a good price. In fact, an exclusive price for us here at CruiseAway. Let's have a look at your upgrades though for the cruise itself. So there are your prices to go ocean view, balcony and for suites. Now, Princess Plus is the all-inclusive upgrade with Princess Cruises. Normally $65 per person per day, but we've got a specially reduced price right now of just $59 per person per day, and that gives you drinks, so a plus beverage package, unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, a couple of casual dining meals that normally would be a supplement. They'll be included in Princess Plus as well. Premium desserts, which is so yummy. Ocean Now delivery, which delivers to where you are on the ship, and room service, and so much more as well. So talk to the team about adding that when you book. 1300 408 765 is the toll-free number to call. Honestly, the most incredible value and the most beautiful part of the world to go and see as well. We've had 3 crazy offers there to see Japan. Everyone wants to do it, and there are many ways of doing it, aren't there, Jo?
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Bless you. That's your Japanese lesson done for the day. Thanks for your company. We'll see you back here on Gecko for more CruiseAway soon. Bye-bye.
Mind how you go.